Corporate subcontracting. You don't have to do it all anymore. Like one of the things I recommend you don't do in business in the beginning is payroll. Payroll is a pain in the neck. A lot of banks will do payroll for you. There's Paycheck, there's ADP, there's all sorts of payroll services. It's real easy to let them take care of all the payroll taxes. I mean, that's an area you mess up and you're in trouble. So you've got to do that right. So you can subcontract out. I can even have an accounting office pay all my bills. Receive all the bills, pay all the bills. I don't have to do that. There's ways to get other people to do things that it's not worth it for you to do. I will pay somebody $20 to change the oil in my car before I will. You know, it'll take me 4 hours. I'm going to probably mess it up too, you know, and mess everything else up, you know, and it costs me a lot more than $20. Market information, powerful. The better information you have, the better decisions you'll make. So you are able to, using the internet, you can find out how much business your competitors are doing, how much business is being done in an area. I didn't go into it, but some of the services we offer at SPBC here, so we can do a demographic analysis. I can tell you how much toothpaste was sold in a 1 mile radius of this room last year. Now, if I was going to open up a toothpaste stand here, would that be good information? I could check out New Smyrna Beach and see how maybe there's more down there. I might want to open up a toothpaste stand down in New Smyrna Beach. So you can get all sorts of marketing. We can do industry analysis, trends, let you know the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, industry you're going in. We can do financial. What is good percentage in payroll? What is a good percentage in payroll? Depends on the industry you're in. So you want to look at it and see, are you reasonable? So what can you expect? E-commerce and internet, still grossly underused. When you see businesses with capacity, you see restaurants with empty seats, you see hairdressers with empty chairs, there's no reason for that with the capacity we have right now. You could get out promotions and things to people. If I see that I have someone, cruises are doing it, aren't they? They're getting all these people signed up that like to cruise. They say, we got a special coming up on this cruise because they got an empty cabin. Their overhead and costs are going to be the same whether there's someone in that cabin or not. Maybe a little bit of variable expense related to the food, but a lot of the other expenses, you want it filled. You want your capacity. Very powerful. Complicated, but there's a lot of resources available for you to help you be good at that. This can be deceptive because 25% of the businesses fail in the first year. 25%, 1 out of 4. We have a whole, do you need a packet or anything? You got 1 out of 4, that's, I don't want to be that one. 50% close, they get started. Half of them are going to go out of business. Variety of reasons. Now we say close, we don't know why they closed. Maybe their relatives got sick up north and they had to go up there and take care of their family. They had no choice but to close their business. They may have been very successful. 40% operate marginally. Marginally, I mean, have you ever lived paycheck to paycheck? You got to get your paycheck to pay your bills. You know, in business, that's marginal. When your customer has to pay you, so you can pay your vendor or your employees and stuff like that, and you're just right there, the market changes, revenue drops. Oops! You better react very quickly. You better lay off people, reduce expenses appropriate with the drop in revenue. That's operating margin with margin. Only 10%. Only, what do we have? Let's say 15,000 businesses in Volusia County. Only 1,500 are what we would call truly successful. Truly successful means that they build up a reserve. They have sustainability. They're, have a strategic plan. We're going to go into what makes them that. But these are tough statistics. Now, I work with two kinds of clients. One kind of client is really good at managing systems. You give them systems, good systems, and he and I the same system, and he's doing twice as good as me because he's a better manager of the systems than I am. So those people, I recommend that you look at franchises. Franchises already have proven systems, they have track records, and there's a process to protect you if you invest in franchising so that you're not risking as much. The other group that I work with are what's called entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs want to do it their way. They want to come up with ideas, they want to put it together, and they're going to do it that way. So if you're an entrepreneur, don't buy McDonald's and decide hot dogs would be a good product. They're not going to let you do it. Or I'm gonna paint my store this color. No, you're not. I'm gonna start doing free. No, you're not. You're gonna do exactly what we do, and this is the system. So you have to ask yourself, which is better for me? Because what we're gonna talk about, and a lot what you do with SCORE at SBDC, is work on your systems as an entrepreneur. The franchises will give you systems. And there's two franchise organizations that serve this area that I'm familiar with. One is called FranNet, F-R-A-N-N-E-T. I recommend, if you're interested in getting business, yours is a little bit too unique. I mean, if you're dedicated, you're going into that business, you're not thinking something else. But they'll do a personal analysis of you and show you, they're a broker. Here's the business that would relate to you, that you may be interested in. Doesn't cost you a dime unless you buy one. And the way they make their money is selling that franchise to you, having you buy that. But it's a good way to get an assessment of what's your strengths, your weakness, what's interest, what should you be in, and to get that information. I even, we have different ways of ethically doing business. I'm very much of a guerrilla marketer and a espionage type guy. I would get the whole prospectus of the businesses I was going into from a franchise. I would analyze everything from it and steal all the ideas I could and then do it the way I wanted to do it anyway. But that's just me. I'm not telling you to do that. The other one is Mike Ferrano. He gave the program last month, and I have his flyer up there. Bill can tell you more about how to connect with him. Investigate before you invest. It's better to spend a little bit of time and lose some time than to lose money. Unless you got plenty. You got plenty, then don't worry about it. Okay. Here's why they fail, specifically this say, is that the people lack experience in that business. I like eating food, I'm going to open up a restaurant. I should be really successful because I really love to eat food, and I've eaten in a lot of restaurants. How hard can it be? Well, if you don't know who to buy from, when to buy from them, what to pay them, how to store it, how to hire people, how to set up, if you don't understand all that in a restaurant, you're in trouble. So you need to get that experience. Now, how can you get it? You may get it by working in some restaurants and looking at their systems, looking at their process. Look who they buy from. Look how much they're paying for it. Look what's going on. Get some ideas that you can transfer over to your business. Another way to do that is you can go to another area and talk to someone that is in that business and ask them and get them to show you. That first business that I did, that I ended up 70% of the business, I met a guy at a trade show in that industry because I was at the trade show looking at, what their products and services, what's going on in that industry. You should check out trade shows in your industries because you'll get a lot of information. And he agreed to allow me to come up to Richmond, Virginia and spend time with me and show me how he did his operation. So he would show me things. He'd say, you see this piece of equipment? See this piece of equipment? This one's better, isn't it? I'm going, yeah, I can tell it's better. This is better. He said, I don't buy that. I buy this one. I'm going, that's crazy. You want to buy the better one? I said, no. These guys don't do it.